How to create basic WordPress plugin, GDPR notice plugin. What is a WordPress plugin? Plugin in WordPress is a PHP-based script that extends or alters the core functionality of WordPress. Quite simply, plugins are files installed in WordPress to add a feature, or set of features, to WordPress. Plugins can range in complexity from a simple GDPR notice plugin to an extremely complex e-commerce package. There is no limit to what a plugin can do in WordPress. Because of this, there is no shortage of plugins available for download. WordPress has, over the past 2 decades, grown into the CMS that powers more than 60% of all websites. If you're proficient at WordPress development, you'll never be out of a job again. Starting out as a simple blogging system, over the last few years WordPress has transformed into a fully featured and widely used content management system, CMS. It offers individuals and companies worldwide a free, paid, and open source alternative to closed source and often very expensive systems. When I say fully featured, that's really only true because of the ability to add any functionality needed in the form of a plugin. The core of WordPress is simple: you add in functionality with plugins as you need it. Developing plugins allow you to stand out from all WordPress developers. You can showcase your specific area of expertise and help users benefit while not having to deal with parts of WordPress you don't care or know about. Why create a WordPress plugin? WordPress plugins have from the basic Hello Dolly plugin that often greets new users, to fully functioning online shops and payment portals, but they all exist for a function that the basic elements of a WordPress install do not provide. A developer might have an idea for a new function that targets to perform a certain action or set of actions. A complex site might use several compatible plugins. Also, WordPress plugins market is wide and successful. You can create a business for just one plugin that you develop, and most of the plugins companies do a free version with few functions and features, and add to it by the paid version. And paid version could be recurring or one time, but you can add more services like support, or upgrades or certification, and generate more revenue. What do you need to create your first WordPress plugin? Creating a WordPress plugin is easier than you think. To build your own plugin and use it on your WordPress website, you'll need 2 things. 1. A code editor, like Visual Studio Code, which is free. 2. A WordPress installation on your local host or on your live website. Note: don't test your plugin on your live site until you know it works. What is WordPress plugin folder structure? The folders you'll need in your plugin are: the plugin main PHP file, required. Assets folder for different file types like JavaScript, CSS, and images. Include folders to organize the plugin code. Creating and installing your new plugin. The first steps. 1. Open the WordPress plugins folder. This folder is always located at the WP content folder in the plugins folder. 2. Create a new folder for your plugin, giving it a unique name using lowercase letters and dashes. 3. Create the main PHP file for your plugin, which is a PHP file within your new plugin folder, and give it the same name as your plugin folder. 4. Set up your plugin's information by writing this code in the main PHP file. That's it. You've just completed the minimum required steps to create a WordPress plugin. You can now activate it within the WordPress admin and start writing your own code for your own plugin. In the description of this video is a link to an article that explains how to create a very simple basic GDPR notice plugin. You can copy and paste the code to your own files, or you can download all the source files from our website GeminiTutorials.com. If you like to stop the video and check the files code accordingly one by one, I will include the code in this video also as snapshots. But I highly recommend visiting our website and downloading the source files. It is free and included at the bottom of the article. The GDPR plugin contains a simple style sheet to style the content of it, as a pop-up with a simple OK button, a jQuery code to show and hide the GDPR pop-up, saves a cookie that is valid till the next 365 days, and a very simple main PHP file code. All code is straightforward, but I can explain some of the WordPress SDK codes that I used. Notice in the article how we include the CSS and JavaScript files path using WordPress plugin directory path file command, and how we connected the CSS and JavaScript files using WordPress enqueue commands. Also, I wrapped all the code in an if statement that prevents the code from running when the user is at the administrator's area using the WordPress command, if not as admin. Also, to make a secure plugin, add the code in the first of each PHP file that uses the absolute path function, to prevent hackers from running the code directly by visiting the plugin's main PHP file path. Note: When you download the source files, you will see index.php files in all folder structures. This is for security also, so that hackers do not know what is the folder structure of your plugin. Also, I added README file and license files. You will need to create these files if you would like to publish your own plugin to the WordPress plugin repository. I will create a separate video on how to publish your WordPress plugin soon. Stay tuned. For now, enjoy the source code on our website geminitutorials.com for our lightweight simple GDPR notice plugin. And I welcome any questions on the code that I provided in the comments section of my blog article.